Got it.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Have you all gotten your dinner?
Still having it.
Nope.
I haven't had mine yet. So I hope you guys have got your coffee or tea ready, and we can start our chit-chat session today. Right. I think thank you for taking the time to attend this first council meeting. And perhaps to start, let's introduce each other. Shall we start with who?
Start with IPP lah. IPDVD.
IPP. Margaret Low.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, show your face.
If you don't know me by now, wait no excuse, right? How do I do this?
Yeah.
If you don't know me by now, you ought to be short.
No lah, Margaret, the song goes, if you don't know me by now, you will never ever know me.
Oh, that's a good start.
Terror singing already.
Okay, I am
actually,
the
Margaret,
past.
Margaret is not the immediate past term. Nora is you're not the immediate past term. It's not over yet.
Yes, Margaret.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, why you so fast?
I
You
am
want to cabut,
still.
You can't wait there.
ORD mood already.
OD lah, what ORD?
Whatever. Okay.
Okay, can continue.
Okay, I'm the immediate. No. I am still the reigning Division G director.
Still raining the wager.
Yeah. So going forward in this new council, I will be acting as the immediate past division director, and my role is to advise Francis in her conduct and the running of the council, and if she needs any counsel, I'll be there to provide it. At the same time, also will familiarize Francis with the execution and delivery of the programs, as well as to observe some areas where we can connect better with the clubs, with the council members as a whole. In essence, right? Okay, thank you. Back to you, Division Director.
Funny. Okay, next, can we have Raman? Where is she?
Yes, just unmuting myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Rama, the incoming Assistant Director for Membership Retention. I've been a Toastmaster for 7 years, member of Nisung East Toastmasters, and I'm excited to be part of the new term and quite familiar with Division G. So I'm excited to get in touch with everyone on a more intimate level to work with their clubs.
Fantastic. Thank you. Next, Abby. Where are you, Abby? Maybe she is.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. So my name is Abhi. So I'm taking over as the PQD for this term. So I've been with Thales Toastmasters Club for 4 years. And recently I changed to Orators for Life Toastmasters Club. It's in Division G. It's an online club. So why did I join the council? It's because I've been working at the club level as a president and as a area director for the past 2 years. So I thought I would like to look things at the division level to organize workshops and trainings. So I really liked the lineup of programs that was organized last year. So I thought I could contribute some this term from my side. So I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Abby. Welcome.
Thank
Next,
you.
Lionel.
Hey, hi, Francis and everybody. I'm Lionel.
Your real face.
Okay, show my real face. Wait.
It's okay, we can handle the shock.
Yes, I'm back. So I'm Lionel. I'm the incoming Assistant Director, Charter for Division G. And my years of experience, so far I only have 1 year of experience in Toastmasters. And what's so unique about me is I achieved DCP 10 points within 1 year, and I turned my clubs from a dying club to a live club. Yeah, that's all.
Well done.
So I'm here to support Francis, and I believe in parents and the Division G Council. Yes.
Good to have you here in our group as well. Welcome. Okay, next, can we have G1AD, Eric Tan.
Hi everyone, my name is Eric, the other Eric Tan. You can some of them in the club call me Ned, which is called the new Eric Tan. I have a very short Toastmaster journey as of now, less than 2 years. I don't have all the big titles that you have, so it's still zero kosong. I'm trying to work hard for this term to get as much speech in as possible. Why do I join the council? I think member will grow within the club, but greater growth happens outside the club, and that's why we must go clubbing. And you know, being a G1 area director, I believe that, you know, be able to have exciting opportunity to meet new people, and of course, you know, garner and have skill building challenges, and also to build on my leadership skill set. Some of the potential issue I think that will happen in the clubs are, you know, the basic things are membership and retention. How do we move on as a hybrid? You know, some of the clubs are doing hybrid. So yesterday I just went to visit a club that was trying to do hybrid for the first time. Maybe I will just use the word chaotic. Location is a problem as well. Some of the clubs facing a problem with having a location. I think that will be ongoing, will be an issue for clubs to have a permanent location. Probably except AIA and Great Eastern, we have our own office to use. Other clubs, they will have faced challenges when it comes to location. Resources, probably that will also be one of the major issues. Speakers, evaluator, GE, LE, you know, these some of the things that resources that some of the clubs want to manage. And I think last but not least is try to engage the current members and their old members who have left due to COVID. So how do I engage them? Some strategies I thought that I would be useful. I think firstly, being a very newbie, I think I would want to have a servant leadership, meaning to say I'm not here to lead, but really to assist. And I hope to be an information conduit between the clubs and the division leadership. Yesterday, I went to a club, one of the clubs, I told them that I'm not a supervisor of the club, but rather as a resource for the club. You know, tap on me for resources, and I'll go to the division or the area to get the resources for you. And I'm not a division spy, rather the advisor who can help to identify challenges which they are facing and help to brainstorm and carry out solution. And I think most of the one of the most important aspect of a Toastmasters club is that we want to share best practices between the clubs, because some of the clubs have really good foundation, some are not so good, some are dying. I guess that will be also one of the things I will look out for when I go to do club visits and tell them that, you know, maybe perhaps you want to look into this area and that area. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, thank you, Eric. Looks like our COVID baby has done a lot of homework. Well done. Okay, next, Diana Terrence.
Hey, hi everyone. Good evening. I'm Diana. I've been in Toastmasters about 6 to 7 years, and I am serving in Nisun is Toastmasters Club. Currently, the reason of why I want to serve in the council is for, of course, to look into the growth in leadership skill. And Toastmasters is a platform that we have more vast experience and able to explore the needs of it, because as we can use whatever we have learned in our career and in our personal growth also. So I'm going to take this as a golden opportunity for me to learn, and the areas that I make a mistake, not to repeat it in my career. So this is one of the platforms that I'm looking at. I have currently touched base with my club incoming presidents. So I get to know them, hear their views, their concerns. So currently I'm trying to schedule a meeting with all of them together to introduce all the club presidents and going down for their installation, be it as a physical or their hybrid session. And also during the Achievers Days, some of them have shared with me their concerned and they prefer to have one-to-one chit-chat sessions. So I said, yes, we can do that. So I also do not want to put them in the limelight, but more of like hearing from them and to see how we could help them better, but not of like, not to say like to be their solution, but at least to advise them accordingly on how they can proceed on, and not to be like telling them this is the way to do it. So to look in ways to improve it. Current challenges in summary, under G2, we have 1 corporate club and 3 community clubs. So among them, I think most important is to bring back membership retention. And because that's something that is currently, we have probably say this went down during COVID, and because of the hybrid, we were all in Zoom, and currently we are starting on hybrid again. So we are seeing how we can work with community clubs, raise our awareness, publicity flyers, and also I'm trying to implement for G2 itself, Toastmaster of the Month, so to see and help members to boost themselves, and so that they are able to make more the Toastmaster journey a fun-filled and fulfilling journey ahead. Yeah, over to you, Francis. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you, Diana. Some good suggestion there. Next, can we have Dishika? She is G3 AD.
Thank you, Francis. And thank you for the opportunity. So yes, those of you who don't know me, my name is Deepshika, and for my Toastmasters journey, it started in March 2019. So since then, I have served as a VP for the club, and then for 2 terms, and then as the president for 1 term. The reason why I wanted to join the council was that I have learned that always Toastmasters is, linked to public speaking or building confidence. But after serving the term for 3 years as the president exco, I have learned that there are a lot of skills which you develop by taking up these roles. So when I joined the council, my understanding is that I want to improve more onto my leadership skills, build communication skills, negotiation, networking. And the challenges that I have faced as the president of Dallas Singapore Toastmasters Club is that ours was a corporate club, and I found that because of the Zoom culture, a lot of participation from the members was receding, and we have other issues. For example, people who leave the company, they cannot be the members of the club, so we lose our membership. So I believe the other clubs in the same area face similar challenges, though I have to still meet them and get to know them better. So I will try to support them and understand what are the challenges that they are facing, and see if the strategies of each club, one or other, can be applied and they can benefit from each other. Yeah, that is all.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dishika. Next, Bharati. She is the AD for G4. Unmute yourself, Bharati.
Thank you, Francis, and everyone. Good evening, Division G. Immediate, not immediate, present, past, division directors, council members, and all. I am still newbie for this journey. I'll call always myself, this baby is still needs to learn a lot. But I have learned a bit with all of it. I have learned many things in this journey. Since 3 years, I am learning. Still, I learn. I will definitely reach my goals. I have joined in Toastmasters 2018 because why I joined, I have so much of stage fear and nervousness. I was the treasurer of PPTMC from 2019 July to 2020 June. I was the president of PPTMC from 2020 July to 2021 June. And I have achieved president, and we have achieved president distinguished club. Why I wanted to become an area director and what I hope to achieve. I have I had several opportunities to be a part of EXCO, and I took up several roles, and I have learned a lot. But still, I am learning. I cannot claim that I have learned a lot because I have so much of passion to serve to community as well. And also, the next step to growing and become the best possible version of myself was an area director. I hope that I can learn more skills and grow my passion in public speaking and helping the community to reach greater heights. Thanks this opportunity to Division G. This is the great opportunity for me. What I have seen in the problem in my club or other clubs, members have not been attending meetings regularly. And current term and next time I took VP role because this role is very important. That's how I took it up. VP struggles to fill the finding the roles in the meeting. Toastmasters struggle to reach educational goals. How do I do better in that? I will try to join every club's monthly chapter meeting. I will approach the various clubs exco, either online or physically, and I provide help and guidance. I will help to conduct more speech craft sessions for retention of membership. I will conduct more speech marathons to help Toastmasters to reach their educational goals. I will always, this is my pleasure, honored to assist area and Division G. I will try my best. Thanks for the opportunity to be the area G4 director. Back to you, Francis. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bharati, and I love that enthusiasm. And I'm sure we are all here to learn, and we'll definitely be a much better version of ourselves at the end of the term. Right, next, can we have Regine? Regine is our public relation manager.
I'm here.
Yeah. Show your pretty face, please.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you. We can hear you, but we can only see
Wait,
half your face.
I can't really hear from my side. Francis, sorry, can you speak again?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, now I can, yeah. Sorry, I can't really hear you.
You can't see your
yeah,
face, though.
hi guys, Huh?
You can't see, we can only see half your face.
You can see the top of your head, at least we know what color your hair.
Because I cannot hear. I cannot hear. I need to put.
Yeah, we'll wait for you.
Huh? Okay, it's a phone.
You want to take some time to adjust your device, Regine? We move on to the next speaker first. We move on to the next council member first.
Device.
Can also.
Oh, you're with Lionel. Okay.
See, I told you.
Did I not mute myself? Did I?
No, you did not.
Yes, you did.
Okay, now we can see you.
Yeah, can see and hear you. Go ahead.
So yeah, I'm Regine, and thanks for having me as your VPPR. Thankful for the opportunity to. Basically, my Toastmasters journey is I'm fairly new. With I believe I'm one of the slightly before the COVID period in this, but then I'm still willing to take up the challenge to step up and learn. And basically my expectation of joining this council as a PPPR is to rebrand, or not really say rebrand, as in to improve the branding of Toastmasters, especially of the Division G. So that is something that I'm looking forward to do so. So thanks, and next.
Thank you, Regine. Next, can we have Oscar, please? Oscar is our online manager. Oscar.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Oscar Chu. I am the next term incoming intermediate past president of Nee-Soon East Toastmasters Club. And I'm also Division G incoming online program manager. I believe some of you have seen me serving as Zoom master together with Pakim on the last weekend Achievers Day. It's not an easy job, but I learned a lot of things in the event. Thank you for the opportunity. I am a Toastmaster member of 10 years, just nice a decade. And for the past few years, actually I'm sleeping. I have not stepped out any rules, and until recently I joined Nee-Soon East Toastmaster. I stepped out as club treasurer and club president. And why I want to join Division G Council, as I want to learn from great and experienced leaders from different roles as what you are appointed for the next term, and support Division G in any task I am assigned in terms of technical aspect. I hope to grow and develop with you guys. At the same time, serving advisor to new ESCO members across Division G. Well, common problem with the clubs, I believe some of you has already mentioned, membership retention, hybrid meeting, and lack of participation, because I have seen all the VPEs, they have problem getting people to fill up the roles, to speak, to evaluate, because all these can able to help themselves to be a better leaders. And I believe with a servant leadership and commitment, we can bring back all club activeness to pre-COVID times. Of course, I do support hybrid meetings to ensure that people can able to get connected at the same time, whether it's physically or virtually, as long as we must know what is the motive of Toastmasters, whereby leaders are made. And I'm here to work together with the 4 area directors in any way to assist them. And I'm happy to be part of Francis' team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Oscar. Now, I think for the new council, we have more or less introduced. Can we hear from the more senior council members here then? Can we start with Nora, please? Can you introduce yourself and then words of encouragement or advice for us?
Okay, so I'm the first senior to speak, is it? Okay, fantastic evening to everyone. And first, I must say congratulations to Francis, because like yesterday, right? Saturday, we were at Division G Achievers Day, and Vicky was talking. Vicky is there, right? So listening to you, Vicky, I do remember the first meeting that we had for Division G. By the way, I'm the first division director of Division G, and 7 years ago, I cannot forget that moment when Division G was born. So when Vicky was talking yesterday, it reminded me of all those things that we went through. And I can tell you, Francis, what you're having today as your, what do you call this, the first ever meeting of the new council is the same feeling that I had when Division G was formed. The first meeting we had, I think, almost full squad. Congratulations, Francis, well done.
That's what I want to hear from you first.
Yeah, no, looking at you all, it's so nostalgic, and at the same time, it is like, wow, I can see that 7 years later, you can ask Vicky, I can never imagine this day where the legacy is still going on, and it's such a wonderful feeling. And today I'm currently, 2 weeks into the end of term. I'm the district finance manager, and in terms of experience, I really don't want to bore you of all the things I have done, but I can tell you that I have been a Toastmasters for more than 10 years, and learned and grown so much. Because I'm giving a speech this Friday, and the person asking me for intro, so I'm saying that even after 10 years, I think that there's just so much to learn. You ask people like Shu Chen, is it? Shu Chen, I think you're even a older, more senior than me, right? Because when I joined, I remembered you were the AD stepping down at Division S, right? So yeah, I want to ask you, do you still think that you know everything today?
Especially with pathway.
Yeah, no, right?
I always have to consult our Eric Tan on that.
Yes, I'm also embarking on Pathway Level 1, Project 3 this Friday. I can tell you that after 10 years, there's just so much to learn. And looking at, and like what I tell I'm the incoming president for Great Eastern Toastmasters Club as well. And I can tell you frankly that because I see so many things happening at District 80, I don't want to dwell on negativity, but as you embark on your roles, right, area directors, division director, who is this Margaret, you know, right? You also went through this term. You will learn and see and discover a lot of things. But do remember that those negative, not so nice things are for us to learn. But always remember those beautiful things, the things that encourage you to move on. So looking at you, area directors, I remember the time when I stepped into becoming area director. There are a lot of anticipation of what's going to happen, but I can tell you I'm very inspired by all of y'all today. And like what I tell my GE members, that the only reason I'm here today is because of all these new members. You inspire me so much to be even better, to not give up and just continue and give our best so that we become the best. And I'm so excited for Division G next term. Really have a lot to say, but I'll give it back to Francis and we will learn and grow and do a lot of things this next term. Yay! I'm very excited.
Nora, you're an inspiration as well.
I hope. Thank you.
Okay, next, can we have Susan, since Nora mentioned you, Susan?
I'm for sure not the most senior here in terms of experience. I think Vicky definitely it's around way before me. But anyway, I'm Sujan. I am a member of AIA Toastmasters and Tamis Changkat. I have been a Toastmasters coming to 14 years. Yeah. And I've served, in terms of experience, I served in almost all the club roles except secretary, and served in several council, including being an area director and leading my area to President Distinguished Area. And I think that was quite an achievement in my own opinion, because that was the biggest area in the district at the time with 7 clubs. So I think that was quite an achievement myself. I'm very happy with. I've not think about going to a division director because I cannot imagine having 20 clubs under me. Because I actually visit every meeting every month. So so that's something that I do when I was area director. And I encourage all the ADs to visit your clubs as often as you can. I'm also very passionate about mentorship program and being the former chief mentor, a role that I created and appointed myself in Changkat. So I created a mentorship program for the club as well. So that was something that I did. And while I'm in the council, I'm here to really support our dearest AIA member, our division, our current president of AIA Toastmasters, Francis. And I'm an ordinary council member as of now. I hope to remain ordinary. So that it means the club, the division don't need me at all. That would be the perfect part. And I believe this council is comprises of many strong leaders here. So I think I will remain ordinary all the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Okay, can we hear from Kin then? Kin?
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hi.
Whatever she said.
Can I that, man? I'm sure you have more.
Yeah lah, because what you call that? Let me turn off the filter first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, better?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So hi everyone. Kin, been a Toastmaster for 10 years. This is this second or third year sort of supporting Division G. I still have a lot to learn. I think that if anyone says you can learn everything in Toastmasters, I agree with Nora. That's BS. Because just when you think you learn everything, you meet someone new, you see something new, and then a whole world opens. So for myself this year, I hope to contribute training and speaking expertise, mainly. I think because that's where I can contribute the most. On top of that, I also mentioned earlier, Toastmasters is where couples are made, and I totally agree with that. Perhaps you can tell why. On top of that, let's see. What else I hope to contribute is I recognize that personally my own event planning and management or leadership style leaves a lot to be. There's a lot of area for improvement. So I hope that through this term I will learn and grow more from all of you. under Francis's leadership, and I agree with Chen, we have a very good team, and I'm looking forward to just making magic this year. And we extend that, right, thinking beyond Division G. I do hope that Division G will become that shining star in District 80, right, where we really set an example for other divisions to follow. And I say this because everyone's busy, everyone's got a lot of things to do, and very often we forget why we're here. So if we can show them something that we're really proud of and we've grown in the process, then we can spread it to the rest and make this year something worth remembering. Thanks. Back to you, Francis.
Thank you, Kin. And I love to attend Kin's training, and he's very generous with his sharing. And I'm looking forward to more of his sharing and training in the coming term. Who else? Gerald. Gerald, can we hear from you?
Oh yes, hi, thanks Francis. Hi everybody, hi Division G. It's Gerald Yong from AIA Toastmasters Club. I've been Division G Council. This is my second year coming, and I'll be joining Francis in the third term. Why did I join Toastmasters? Well, okay, it goes back more than 10 years. I won't bore you with the details. But what attracted me was the food that was served by AI Toastmasters Club. Yeah, we were famous for that buffet in AI Changi days. Okay, that's why I joined. But after joining, I realized that it has been more than 10 years since I was a member, and I realized that it has actually transformed me. How did it transform me? For a start, when you evaluate, AI's Toastmasters Club is supposed to be motivating. You motivate the others to continue their journey and all that as part of evaluation. And I find that, well, I speak better and more critical, or more using better choice of words to be more effective in my communication. Then the other thing is this. After hearing Kin said AIA helps make couples, not make leaders. Well, I thought maybe from now on, next term, my goal was to play Cupid. Yeah, so that more couples are made. Because not only Kin who said it, in the past I was in I visit many clubs, and I realized there were a lot of couples. And when I was club president, I got my wife to join AIA Toastmasters Club. And I always get invited to other clubs. Now I know why they invited me to their club, because they say when you invite Gerald, it's 1+1. They invite me as project evaluator. They got my wife to be the timer, counter, So I think it does help the community, isn't it? Right? If you're a couple, invite one, the other half will also follow. So that helps to build that energy and create the vibe in the Toastmasters Club. Right? So I think that will be my aim for next term as a council member. Over to you, Francis.
Thank you, Gerald. Can we have Terence, please? Terence.
Very good afternoon, everyone. Oh, sorry. Very good evening, everyone. So I had a very long day. I think we are here because we believe in what we're trying to do. We come together as a collective. And hopefully, and most certainly, I'm quite confident under the leadership of Francis, we will build on the good work that we've done in the previous councils, and we will reach new heights. Together, this council, this is a group of people. Many of you, I think you're quite aware that you identified very early. Some of you, like Bharati, were identified like 2-3 terms ago, correct? In fact, longer than that. Before, when I was still division director, I spoke to Patricia. So you notice that this council, we tend to plan very long term. We don't plan for just next term, we plan for the next 3 terms, 5 terms. The idea being that when we step down the end of the term, we know that we have done great things. That's what we want. We want to be part of something greater than ourselves. And I'm very confident that we will do that. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Terence. Okay, Eric Tan, the DTM. Some word of advice.
advice. Not much of advice. Hi guys, I'm Eric. I'm the third division director of Division G. It was yeah, it's been an honor serving the division for so long. I think many of you here joined for a specific reason. I am part of the council for so many years because of what Wiki inspired me to do with my mentor always. The other thing will be moving forward, as in since I got my DTM title, I think the word has always been giving back, and I honestly believe that people, especially leaders, deserve to be cared for, and I hope that my role in this council is to be the listening ear for all the area directors and the division director. And I hope that my role is to help you guys as much as we crave success, as much as we desire success, we should also be able to care for the people within our division. And that is one of my roles here. In the event that if your club is struggling, instead of, I hope for the ADs is instead of thinking of closing it down, do consider ways to revive them. If your clubs is, need some assistance, the assistance will always be provided. And finally, to all the ADs is it's good to have goals and methods in place. But one of the things that I recognize for so many years, learning from all the luminaries in this room, is that no matter what goals and what desire you have, always remember that we are still dealing with people. People have emotions. You have emotions. If you ever face any issues, if you ever face any problems, if you ever face any obstacles, do sound out. Because once you sound out, there will be support. If you don't sound out, we will not know when we are able or we can help you. So that's just my 2 cents worth. Welcome all to Division G Council, and I'll do my best to contribute to this council. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Eric has been a great mentor to me as well in AIA Toastmasters Club. Great support as well. Looking forward to your continuous support and mentorship. Finally, can we hear from Wiki, our council advisor?
Hi everyone. Just in case you couldn't hear me, I'm caught in the midst of having a fire alarm that's not triggered by me. Not to worry, I'm safe. It's just that someone triggered it. Therefore, bear with me if you could not hear me at this moment. For this coming turn, it is my honor to continue on as the division advisor. I've been with Division G ever since the beginning of it, 7 years ago, together with Nora, and working with the various important district directors as well, as you have all of them shared tonight. The purpose of my presence is to help all of you along, especially the area directors, to resolve issues, to look at some of the potential upcoming policies that you can implement to guide your club as well. Therefore, for me, I personally believe in the power of Toastmasters. Why a normal person would require the power of communication and leadership to achieve success in life. Therefore, let's work together and make this division geared for greatness. Back to you, Madam Madam Division Director.
Thank you, Vicky. Okay, so maybe sorry, who's disabled? Can I have my how do I share screen now? Margaret, I need to feedback my host, is it, to share screen?
Yeah, the host right given to you. I don't know how come today's setting is so weird. I cannot assign co-host.
Okay, so since I do our PowerPoint, I should at least show it, right? Don't waste my time, right? Okay, so maybe let me introduce myself. I've been in financial services for more than 25 years, but I joined AIA in 2010 or 2011. Okay, I joined AIA Toastmasters in July 2018. I think it is really a right step to take because that was the beginning of a great learning journey for me, as well as a lot of friendship, interesting, a lot of helpful people. And okay, I was a treasurer for 2 terms, and now presently the club president of AI Toastmasters Club. I also serve as a Division G finance manager. Okay, my why. I've benefited a lot from joining Toastmasters Club, really. It has helped me with my confidence in public speaking. And that's why I thought, you know, if I felt that benefit from Toastmasters Club, I should spread that benefits to more people. That is my biggest why. The other why is to learn. To me, I think joining Toastmasters is like a treasure hunt. It really depends on which route you choose. And at every route, there is always something new to find out. There's things to find out about yourself. There's things, areas that you can improve on. So I'm constantly looking for that treasure, and I'm enjoying my journey. And my other two why, my other why is because of these two gentlemen, Richard Branson and Wiki Tay. So as I was considering whether to take up this role, Richard kept telling me that, hey, say yes and learn how to do it later. So yeah, so that's why I say yes. And then as I was trying to decide to really, you know, say that to commit, Wiki said Toastmaster is a kind of a gym. So since I don't go to the exercise gym, then I better go to the communication gym, which is Toastmasters. And I think by joining the council, it definitely gives me a lot of opportunity to practice that communication skills. Okay, so I guess having said that, let's go back to our meeting proper, yeah? Okay. Sorry. Okay. The theme of this of the incoming council is to build, strengthen, and grow. Initially, my original the theme I had in mind originally was just the word growth, because it starts with the word G, and then we are Division G. But then when I stumbled upon this picture of these strong trees in San Francisco, it kind of changed my perspective of the word growth. In order to be so strong and tall and to live so long, the roots of the tree is very important. It has to be strong and deep. And when the roots are strong, the trees are strong, the branches will grow and it provides shelter. And also the trees become the homes to some animals as well as some smaller plants. So I think if we address to the roots of, I won't say a problem, to an issue, then we are able to build a stronger tree, and thereby the tree will be able to help each other. So now I think it is very timely to look at our roots in a way, because now that we are going back to physical meeting, there will be new challenges. So there will be a group of us, some of us who have joined Toastmasters during the physical meeting time. And then because of COVID, maybe some of us has become more lazy, and we probably want more of hybrid and stay at home at the comfort of our bed, probably to attend meetings. Then there's another group of people, the COVID babies, I call them. So they join during the COVID time when they have a bit more time. And then now to get them into physical meeting is a whole different set of skills. So I think a lot of times now our new challenge is to go back to basic, make sure that the meetings are run correctly, and then the skills required to go back to physical meeting as well. And then at the same time, I would think that it would be better to make our meeting more interesting. That will be helpful in membership retention. Hearing from some of the ADs just now, I think we already have some creative ideas how we can make our meetings more interesting and have better membership retention. So I'm looking forward to work with all of you to go into that. Okay. Okay, this is a bit small, but this is the goals. So the overall goals is to achieve President's Distinguished Division, and we are looking into chartering 6 clubs. The clubs are are shown in the bottom of the slides here. So besides chartering the clubs that will increase the number of members, we are also looking, I think the other important thing to do is to ensure members' retention and leadership succession. So yeah, so this is the goals for the moment. Okay. Okay, so next we're going to talk about club events. So typically we have a certain number, we have some events that requires our council members to organize, and these are listed here. Okay, first of all, I must thank Terence for doing up the council calendar. Okay, you guys must have received this the Excel spreadsheet from Terence. The district director elect only sent the district calendar to us on Saturday, and thanks to Terence, he has worked out something, worked out the calendar for us. It is a draft version, but then it is definitely something that we can work on. So I have actually highlighted some of the important events that requires our council members to be involved. Okay, first of which is the club officer training, and then we will also have the contest. We'll be having okay. In the past, we have 4 contests, so we're going to merge. We're going to just have 3 contests, which is the international speech contest, table topic, and project evaluation contest. So we're going to merge into one event. So and then after that, we will also have the Division G contest, and then the club officer training. There will be some special program that Terence and Kin is looking into generating, and then finally the Division G Achievers Day. Now, okay, so typically the club officer training. Sorry. Please excuse me. Okay, so typically the club officer training is organized by us. Okay, but this is organized by the division. But this time around, sorry, please excuse me. Casey 啊，我在 meeting. Hello. Okay. Okay, so where was I? Club training. Okay, in the past, we will organize the club officer training, but this time around, the district director would like us to, is suggesting that we come up with, we attend the
Toastmasters Learning Institute.
Yes.
Club Officers Training 1.
Toastmasters Leadership Institute 1 and 2.
Okay, leadership.
Yeah. Toastmaster Leadership
Institute.
Or
L stands for
initiative.
leadership.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
I stands for either institute or initiative, depending on which document
Institute.
you post on your
Institute.
website. Yeah.
Okay, right. So, okay, can I get any of the senior members here to explain the difference between the club officer training, our usual club officer training, and the TLI?
I think Vicky is the best because he chairs the district committee for this.
Right. Vicky, can you share with us?
Hi everyone. The district apparently has made a different decision as compared to the past. In the past, the various divisions are tasked with organizing the COT, namely Club Officer Training. However, for this particular term, the incoming district director, Niza, she has opted for everyone to attend the TLI instead, organized by the district. Meaning to say, apparently from this term, I'm not too sure if it's onwards, but at least for this term, she is making a change, meaning to say, instead of having club officers training organized at the division level, she would like everyone to turn up for the district level event. It means all 9 English divisions will probably turn up with the selected dates that was given. The difference is she has her own format of how it was being done. There are apparently 2 compulsory modules, and then there are about 3 optional modules, of which you have to choose to attend 2 out of the 3. And again, depending on the modules that they are selected. So there are certain core modules. In short, they are running in the way the incoming district director sees fit. In terms of the topic-wise, there are somewhat similarities. However, the focus and the precision will therefore be different if it's run at a division level. But nonetheless, she's the incoming person who has a final word to this. Therefore, I can put forth to all of you to discuss this issue. And of course, it depends on Niza's stance on it too. Yeah. The flow will definitely be different. If it's run by the division, the flow will be different. It will be a workshop, and there will be breakout groups to discuss, and there'll be details, and you will have very precise question and answers, specifically for Division G. Okay, as compared to having a TLI, which is catered for the whole entire District 80 on its own, it'll be a lot more generalized, it'll be a little bit more spread out, and is less detailed, but it's just more generic in that context. Yeah, so these are the basic difference. But the topic-wise, there will be similarities, except for if we have it for our COT1, if it's Division G running it, I will definitely put one on module as before, which is retaining and recruiting members. But according to the TLI's module, they are turning that into, one of them has to do with being a successful team, creating a quality club, and there's one more. They're trying to use Toastmasters.
Quality meetings, the last one, right?
No, quality meeting, successful club, and one more for that, for the optional module. Yeah, but the first 2 are the same. First 2 are definitely your DCP goals. That means what all the club must strive for, as well as the officers club and roles and responsibilities. So those are the same, just that the flow and the training detail will be different for that focus. Yeah, so the key question for this moment of discussion is, number 1, maybe we'd like to find out, especially with the communication between Francis and Niza, what was Niza's stand regarding this issue. What we must answer tonight is, to run or not to run? That is the question.
Yes. So when we had that first meeting with the DDs, well, when she mentioned TLI, I was telling her, hey, you know, I've never attended a TLI before. It's always been COT. So in fact, I told her that we were in the process of organizing the COT already, even before the installation, not installation, even before the meeting we had with the DDs. So I did not commit anything. I was just saying that we'll think about it. And then, but Nisa did say that, yeah, if you guys can do it, you know. But of course, at the end of the day, we do hope that you will join the rest of us. So I guess I'm the only few, or at least I know I'm the only one who is not joining, or at least have not shown any stand, because the rest all say, yeah, we are going to join you for the TLI. So
Francis, if you want, right? So yesterday we had a Division S meeting. So Vicky and I spoke about it for several hours, all right? Considered everything. I also spoke to other division directors, not just Sadiq. I spoke to Montana, I spoke to some past division directors, and of course, you can ask Nora, because Nora has got some experience working with Nisa. And this is what I think Vicky and I, Vicky can correct me if let's say I miss out some points. Ideally, we want to have a COP, because why? It maintains the division culture. It allows us to imprint our values. It allows us to introduce our area directors and the rest of the team. But on the other hand, we also learn that we want to fight the battles that we can win and move in the direction of least resistance to secure the overriding goals. And Nisa's character is like this. She'll say, go ahead. And then what will happen is that we'll have the same problems we had this term, rest of the term. You know what I mean? They'll quietly sabotage our programs. They'll quietly work against us. And the thing is that we don't want that, right? We just want to get things done nicely and properly. What I would propose, contrary to my earlier position, and after some consideration and a lot of discussion, is that we quietly reconsider having the COT. You know why? Because if Division G has a COT, Nisa won't actually have a problem with it. Okay, because she expects us to be like that. But it's not going to happen. Division S will follow us, Division Z will follow us, Division D will follow us. In the end, we will look like the ringleaders again. Because they are more likely to follow our direction than the district director. So maybe in that light, I would propose that we consider dropping the COT program, but put it something else. Try and figure out another program that allows us to cover the areas that are not covered in the TL1. Vicky, what do you think?
Yeah, so this is what I was voicing out yesterday at Division S Council as well, meaning to say that because she's the one having a say and the jurisdiction in TI has changed. It used to be a division-sponsored event. Right now, it's called district-sponsored. If Division G runs this event, Division G has to pay for it. That means it will come from the actual fundings within it. But because the wording right now has changed from division-sponsored to district-sponsored, that means this upcoming TLI will be paid for by the whole district, of which the division can save more money to help develop. The clubs can spend more money to reward the clubs in its own way as well. So that'll be a massive amount of spending, savings. That's one way as well. The next point is, because the other division has not voiced out strongly, and if you were to know our incoming district director's intent, her intent is to centralize everything, to quote what was being told to the rest of incoming district director, division director elect. She mentioned that she want to standardize, she want to centralize. Therefore, if, like what I mentioned yesterday to Terence and to Sadiq yesterday, if we carry on as Division G, not that you cannot, but it will make Division G stick out like a sore thumb. For better or for worse, you can interpret it from there, and that will be different. So therefore, my suggestion is to hold the COT back, convert, and let our people join together with the rest. And then while the district can actually stop the division from running it, because ultimately she's the one approving it. Now she has final say because of the change with the wording from Toastmasters International. But there's nothing to stop us from running another leadership workshop with another leadership labeling to cater for what's within our club. So therefore, instead of looking at our decisions as to have or not to have, I am saying, hey, there can always be an option C, option D, as what a leaders must be. Whenever we face the obstacles, it is not for us to just look at a wall and say that's obstacles. There are always different ways of facing the wall and going around it as well. Therefore, if that will also be one of the positive things is that we get more time to prepare our own division. And we don't have to rush for 23rd of February because I believe on that few weeks, you're going to have your TLI anyway. The TLI is, as per the date, is actually located there. There'll be a clash anyway. And I can tell some other people will definitely not like it. So instead of beginning with the term having Division G being seen in a bad light across the whole entire district, what we can do is we can ease our workload off, but we can actually run a certain form of leadership training for our division at a slightly later date, maybe in the middle of August or maybe at the end of August, allowing us to actually back up whatever that wasn't covered in detail at the TLI. Hence, we will actually have an overall stronger and deeper set of leaders who are trained both at a more general level at TLI and a more in-depth level, specifically to Division G. That would be probably at this moment the best compromise, because we have a district director who now sees things slightly differently for this coming term. For example, the new training, of course, we don't have to go directly with them. We don't have to call club officer training. We can always call leadership empowerment training or Division G leadership empowerment.
We got a few titles we can use.
Yeah, we have the various titles for it. That's what I've shared before. So
I think maybe Vicky, what we can do is let's tell, okay, yeah, let's look at it from a strategic perspective. Okay, compared to we learn, because every year based on what happens, we learn and then we adjust, correct? So one of the things that we need to consider is this. Compared to, let's say, this term, right? Because the wording has changed, we don't have that strategic advantage. This year we send our best trainers as compared to, I mean, the next term we send our more experienced trainers, right? To show the district that we support their program and we are not, we have no intention of creating drama.
Yeah.
If the program works, we demonstrate our use and we gain leverage for things that we want down the road. If the program doesn't work and it fails, then we got ammunition to push to the district to get what we want anyway because they failed. The only thing that we would push for the district, for our division director is this, because now you're in a position of negotiation. We learned from what Margaret had to go through, right? Make sure that if they're going to have all these 500 over people over there, get those fellas, those idiots at the district to ensure that this time they do the registration properly. That means club, area, and position on the expo. Don't allow them to throw it back to the division director because you got no time to go through 100 over names deciding who goes where and all that sort of thing. The second thing we need to prepare is because only one date is given and only one makeup date is given, as compared to having 5 or 6 division dates because some of them overlap, right? That means the area directors need to be prepared because some clubs definitely cannot make both dates. That means our division directors must be empowered and equipped and trained to go and do the one-on-one training with some of these clubs. Or if let's say if too many clubs couldn't make it for whatever reason, timing and all that, then the rest of the division councils to get involved and try and figure a date where we can gather all these fellows together and ensure the clubs get their DCP. So these are the scenarios we need to prepare for.
Yep. So that's the overall analysis. Like what I've given and shared with Terence, Sadiq, and a few other groups of people at the council yesterday as well. So if it works, we leverage on the district. If it doesn't work, we have a backup plan for our division. So we get the best out of both worlds in that context. The district can take over the running of the club officers training, but the division can take over, can beef up on the details of the leadership training at a slightly later date. So this is my overall advice, and I see that this gives us the best of both worlds, also allow us to also understand how the district intends to work for this new term. Yeah, back to you, Francis.
Let me see. The TLI would only take place sometime end of July. So between now to end of July is at least 1 month. So some of those clubs who already had their new ESCO installed, then what do they do during the 1 month?
Correct. From a strategic standpoint, it will be preferred actually for the district to move things forward. However, it seems that the decision didn't come across as early as what we hoped to, as compared to the past terms as well. Therefore, it is true. The clubs actually lose 1 month. Lose 1 month of proper work and proper guidance. But if you put it on 23rd anyway, we're just 1 week before TLI. It doesn't make much difference. Actually, what would be better right now is for the area directors to actually contact the club, reach out to the club, get them prepared at that level, and be prepared to turn up for TLI at the end of July. What can we do at this moment? I can simply advise that the area directors convey to the club to leverage on the materials that we already possess. Remember, there's this key PDF manual called the Club Leadership Handbook. Get the incoming ESCOs to read through them first, to get used to it, to understand it. Therefore, enter into TLI at the end of July, well prepared with the knowledge to ask questions to the trainers. In short, do not go to TLI not having anything, but go to TLI already pre-read the information so that you can go and ask in-depth information. So this is just a reverse way of looking at it as well. So we won't waste this entire month as long as we are prepared for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vicky, I have a question.
Yeah.
Nora here.
Sorry.
Okay.
Nora,
yeah. Regarding the TLI, right? So you're saying that we will follow with the district to have the TLI. That means all our club officers compulsory have to attend the TLI to get the points, right?
4 out of 7.
Okay, this is like what I say. This is not my opinion. This is the district's intent to make people turn up on that day. It's an intent. I mean, this is we're all affected by the incoming district director, So
Okay,
that's the intent.
my question
so
is
it's
this.
for everyone to turn up.
Okay,
Yeah.
my question is, we need, so all our officers have to attend the TLI, but if you were to organize, because you're saying that maybe we can have another leadership workshop from Division G with a different title, but which also means that workshop, we cannot clock the COT, right? The points
correct.
thing. Yeah, so that leadership workshop is something which is for us to get more details of the training. But the issue is, I can tell you, I mean, from experience, I don't think it's unfair to say that all our officers have to attend on this just 1 day.
Correct.
I can tell you for a fact that for my club, that will be quite difficult.
Yeah,
I
agree.
force them
Which
to
is why
attend on that day.
The program itself has a makeup COT virtually. If you look at it, the district actually has another date now that is a virtual makeup COT.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later as well. Okay, because again, if you look at it, at the end, there's no date that will allow everyone, even if Division G has a date. But the problem is only 1 date, and the original schedule is 23rd. In the past, as we all realize, the reason why COT can enable a lot of people to attend is because there are 9 divisions all having every Saturday occupied. That's the thing. So even if right now Division G is the only one making the action, it's still the same as arguably a date that not everyone can turn up. You get my point? it can only work if a lot of other divisions have it throughout every Saturday for the whole entire month so that people can stagger. So basically, it's back to the same issue again. Not everyone can turn up. I totally agree. But this is no longer an issue, no longer a problem. It becomes the district's problem to handle because they want everyone to turn up. It's not us who ask everyone to turn up. You get my point? Yeah. And so if you look at it, if Division G functions alone, we are also still getting our own Division G clubs to turn up on one date. It's still the same principle of forcing them to turn up on one date. If we give it to the district, it's still also getting them to turn up on one date. Again, not everyone can turn up. But the problem no longer becomes for us to handle is the district to go and settle it. And they're also having a virtual. So a virtual makeup in somewhere later part of August. And that's the date is given a calendar to you all as well already. But what I'm saying is, instead of turning up being my key interest is the learning and education of all our Division G's exco, the depth of it that I'm more interested in the quality rather than the process of turning up. Because in a worst case scenario, if really with all the given dates, certain group of exco still cannot turn up, I'm quite sure we can do some of the ADs can do some virtual training and the district will still accept it. But at this moment, the district's direction is definitely on that. Yeah.
What we can,
so it's actually the same.
Okay, what we can do is this, okay? Because we have some experience in all this, we know what's going to happen, okay? What's likely going to happen is after this and after the COP, a lot of clubs are likely not going to be able to make it. Confirm.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So if let's
Definitely confirm cannot.
Yes. So if Division G is smart, right? I would suggest to our division director, we go ahead and quietly prepare for a COP first. Don't have a date. Just make all the preparations and everything. We can always have a venue after that. And then later on, when with all too many people, we can come in and we can help all the other divisions and have a COP. That way, we look like we're helping the district, but we achieve what we want.
Yeah, but it has to be district approved. So therefore,
Yeah, correct.
if we organize
we organize it quietly,
openly.
but we don't submit it. But what we do is we just prepare. We keep it within the division council first. Don't tell anyone. After all this is gone, then we offer it to NISA. Basically, we save a face and we achieve what we want. There are so many ways to skin a cat.
So we quietly prepare a tutorial class for the rest of the for all the excos.
Which we actually already have. We have been running this for the past few years already. We already have the model, we have the program. So
we even already know who all the trainers are for which and everything. We just, when they're ready, we just decide to proceed. You give the go and that's it, done. Our team.
Correct.
Okay, so I guess on the 23rd July, which was already flashed in front of NISA on Achievers Day, we will just quietly slash it off and pretend it never happened.
No, not that. You can't do like that because that looks like...
No, okay, because the TLI dates will be announced. So we will just announce it and encourage our officers to attend that one.
Correct.
So what you do as a division director...
He didn't lose any face.
There's no face loss because why? This is the story, which is correct. You will write to the district director and say, based on the calendar and based on previous discussion, based on our meeting in the division council, we have decided to support the district and ensure a smooth transition to the term, and therefore we have shelved our COP. So you look very good. Right? They move a pawn, you move a pawn, they move a knight, you move a knight. That's it.
Okay. So also I think it was a couple of days ago, Sona actually asked me for a name of a trainer and his or her specialty, his specialization. And this trainer will be asked to do training for TLI. So who should I nominate?
Okay, this is what you do. Don't nominate anyone. This is what I suggest. You give them a list of our trainers, right? There's so many of them, and put on there what they're good at and let her choose.
Wow, so then she may choose all.
Isn't that better for you?
No, normally the district will ask for one trainer to support them in the TLI
Correct.
program. That was what
Correct.
happened last
Okay,
year.
the district
So
will take one.
every nominee will take repeat session. So this time around, are they doing a repeat session?
What do you mean by repeat session?
What they did previously was that they run 2 Sundays
You're talking about
repeated
the
programs.
You're talking about the makeup, right, Margaret?
No, there was a third session for makeup.
Yes.
So
Okay, no.
I find it's unreasonable, but anyway, this is the new
The thing is that
ED. It was
if you give one
unreasonable to insist on one date when in the past they were trying to cater to a wider audience by splitting it, or rather by repeating the program.
Okay, let's look at what was given to us. So we know
Do we
the.
have the?
Wait, I don't have it in my computer.
If you want, I
Karen,
can share.
please
Oh,
share.
I cannot share screen because you all don't like me.
It's actually the same program as TLI last term. So there's nothing to look at. Is
No, I'm talking about the dates. I'm talking about the dates.
the last week, the final week of July, and the first week of August.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. What we can do is this: just give her, the names of our division trainers. Ask her to choose who she wants. Okay. That way, also we can also request that she don't take the same trainer for all 3-4 programs. The fellow will suffer, right? Yeah.
No, the idea is just one from the district because they are trying to accommodate as many divisions as possible. So therefore, by giving them more, they will actually duplicate. The idea is to provide them as what they want to, because if you understand our district director's personality, she wants to get the things filled in properly first.
Okay, the thing is this, I mean, let's be honest, this is a very inefficient way of doing it, to be frank. Okay. If I
It's a
wanted to
style,
run
so
if you wanted to run a program across the district, you don't ask, can you give me a name what they're specialized in? It's not some chapalang thing, I fit here, fit there kind of thing, right? Tell me what's the program, what are the slots available, what are they going to cover, and say, okay, this one is taken by division what, this one is taken by division, this is what's available now, first come, first serve. It's more efficient, right?
What is NISA's directive?
NISA's directive is control.
No, Francis, do you have an outline? Because this is unlike the practice last year,
No, sorry. Actually, you cannot just ask to submit a trainer and what's the specialty. You cannot plan it that way.
It
It's
depends
not
on what
efficient.
she wants to
Yeah,
cover.
it wasn't planned
But
like that.
last year she was
this
able
term.
to give
Yeah.
us the title and a very, very simple
Just give us a
synopsis of what wants
you
to
want
be
to cover.
covered. Yeah.
Ask her what you want to cover, and then we send the appropriate person.
No, these are her exact words.
I know.
Give us
So
the name and the specialty.
Okay, so go back to Swana and ask her what exactly you want to cover, because our trainers are all widely. You can't, for example, send Wiki go and teach pole dancing, you know what I mean?
So
maybe
what?
he could.
So I asked her.
The topics are already out. There are the 3 topics I mentioned, 2 compulsory, 3 optionals. The topics are already out. First one, just now I mentioned it.
So what you can do is that based on the tier 1, right? This one we can take it offline because it's just administrative. Just nominate 1 or 2 fellows to cover those topics. And that's it, done.
Yeah, for example, I mentioned to Swana about Quality Club, that being the module C, the 3rd module itself.
Because
sorry?
They don't have moments of truth per se.
No, not they didn't put this as moment of truth. Apparently by NISA's design is like what I mentioned just now already, the 2 compulsory modules are DCP goals, the next one is club officer role, then the next one is quality club, which is optional. One more is the success team, and I think there's one more module. Anyway, the syllabus out is the same as what we have for TLI in this similar term. That's all. Yeah, so basically she's trying to say what do you have and which are the 5 that you could put the trainer in. That's all. So what I'm trying to say is the modules that she has is already given out already.
Anyway, Division G and Division S is the largest number of trainers. In fact, most of the Division S trainers, many of them are also Division D trainers. So there's going to be a tremendous amount of overlap.
So, final advice?
But one of the key things is just to just to get this settled, because we should be focusing on our division needs itself. So just provide whichever and just let them fill in the blanks for that.
Basically, if let's say you want out the three names that will come to mind and probably be there, either submitted by us or other division, will be Vicky, James, and Eric.
I think
so when I train, my preference is definitely creating a quality club, because that's what I've been presenting and sharing. So that's also one of them. It's module C.
So it is ask them after the meeting, right? And then submit based on that, and that's it. Okay.
So
okay, I
Eric,
posted into our chat group the COT1, last year's TLI COT1 modules. Okay, so this briefly, I suppose she will not deviate too much from this, unless you have
very
the
similar. It's
current
actually
term
similar to
one.
that. You're right, Margaret. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it
Basically,
depends on how Nisa wants the
so those three
permutation
names,
done.
so those three names will cover everything, so you can choose where they want.
We just need to submit one, because these trainings, I don't have the dates, but these trainings based on this term were all on Sunday. So not all the trainers will be prepared to do this on a Sunday. So you need to get their consensus first.
Yeah, ask them first.
So
Ask
what
them
is
whether
this? What is this term's schedule like?
this term is all on Saturday.
Okay.
No distance programs for them. That's all on Saturday.
Okay, then you speak with the trainers individually, but we just need to submit one name. So guys, just one of you, whoever wants to represent division, just go ahead. Because if we follow the same train of thought, then COT2, they will be expecting the same. So another trainer will be sent as a representative for the division
anyway, this is not
as
something you need
well.
the
So
whole
we can
division.
alternate later on.
Okay, anyway, you don't need the whole division council to decide on this. Later, Francis just speak to them and get it done, so we can move on to the next item.
Okay. So if that's the case, then we will strike off the COT in this schedule.
Yeah, both of them.
I'll make one suggestion is that
Yes,
I honestly I don't know. I don't like this, but I understand where everyone is coming from. I also don't. My preference is I don't really like to have that long wait from the clubs being installed to the TLI being held. I think that I agree with that takes a long time, and that so my suggestion for your consideration will be for the ADs to step up, just like Vicky has mentioned, to have that training with their respective areas first. Then whatever they want to go for TLI, they have to go for TLI, okay? But going there is hopefully to learn and to achieve the DCP. But within Division G, the way that we structured our COT, we have a reason for it. And I don't think that should be lost because of a different leadership in the district. So my proposal is to perhaps train the ADs and allow the ADs to inculcate this to the EXCO. Then after that, they can go for the TLI to do whatever they want to do. Because honestly speaking, I have no idea how, aside from the one that Wiki is conducting, of course, but the rest of the trainers, whoever the trainers is from the respective division, we don't know who they are, we don't know what their virtues are, and we don't know how are they going to train. And this is my observation in the previous TLI. So that's just my thoughts for your consideration.
I mean, Eric is right. To be frank, their standards lower than ours. We all know that. But we don't exactly have a lot of choices yet.
Yes, so we don't have to worry about what the district feels and all that, but we will just follow the district directive. But I think within the division, for this benefit of our members, we should do something before the TLI actually happen. Whether is it through our ADs or things like that, that's just my suggestion.
So,
Correct, which is why the ADs right now should reach out to the incoming EXCO ASAP as soon as possible and send them the leadership handbook, guide through them so that they can be well prepared for it. So that's a way to put things. We do not waste that 1 month. Like what I mentioned, we wait for TLI, we are going to waste about 4 weeks. So this few weeks, we need to do some self-study, then go TLI, then prepare for perhaps a leadership training in a Division G version. So at least we have a structure of our own. The leadership lesson right now is as the higher leadership changes, we come out with changes to address the new changes. So therefore, Division G can always survive in all kinds of challenges and crises. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vicky and Eric, Terence as well. Okay, so we will talk about the club officer training again, if required at a later date. So meanwhile, ADs, please take note. Keep in touch with, go touch base with the incoming expos and work with them before the TLI. Okay, meanwhile, okay, let's go back to this club events. So we are having the contest, we're having the area contest sometime in September and October. So naturally the ADs will be in charge of their individual areas as the organizing chair. And then for Division G contest, we'll need somebody to step up as the organizing chair. So who would like to take on this responsibility? I think the ADs has organized the area contest. So I would think probably maybe Abby or Raman or Lionel can look into this.
Before we move on to these contests, let me highlight to you, the term starts for them in July, and the first month, we already discussed some of the challenges for the new exco to settle down. They do their planning. Traditionally, we run the first half with 2 contests, the speech evaluation and the humorous speech. And then the second half, ISTT, that will happen typically from February all the way to April. So to cram 3 contests at the start of the term, I find is very, very stressful for the club to manage so many things, their installations, the new exco settling down, their own training as such. So what I suggest is, and also because maybe some of the members that come on board may not be ready for IS yet, because as we all know, IS requires a completion of level 2 before they can even participate. So we need to give the members more time to learn, especially the new ones. I'm speaking as if they just joined in the last 6 months. Give them time to learn how to craft their message, to be able to deliver it to a acceptable standard so that when they stand for contests, especially IS, it is meaningful for them. And assuming they've completed 2 levels, they've acquired some basic skills. So in going forward, the district will only endorse 3, those that you see here. This one I confirmed with Nisa already. So if we were to consider pushing this to the second half, that means from January onwards, January 2023 onwards, it will give the area and the division time as well as for the club. Okay, at the club level, they can run 2 contests at their club level. They pick their champs for the evaluation as humorous speech. We can continue to encourage them to get their members on board to test out, to try out speech contests. So they are familiar with the rules, they're familiar with how to craft a certain speech at the club level. But when we move on to area, it will only be these 3 that we see here, ISTT. Second half, the clubs can run their ISTT, and then we will consolidate all the champions at the area level, going forward to division level.
Are you proposing we run a humorous speech as well, Margaret?
I'm proposing we encourage the clubs to run the humorous speech contest at the club level. So new members have a feel of their how to present themselves in a contest, be familiar the rules, and then have a run on the contest. Then they pick up their champs to represent them at the area level, but the area level onwards, we will only endorse 3 contests, ISTT and PE. That one will happen second half of the term.
Okay,
So they
if
have
I'm-
time to craft
Okay, I
their
understand
speech
now.
and then pick up some speech craft skills.
Okay, now if I may, right? I know this is contrary to what I said this term because, but we also have to be flexible depending on who's in charge and what's our relationship, right? I suggest we drop the humorous speech, okay? Because
The
Lisa
humorous
is,
speech I'm advocating at the club level, the club should have a feel of what it's like to run a speech contest
I understand,
and
Margaret,
present themselves at a speech contest.
I understand where you're going from, but just consider this for a moment. Firstly, a lot of clubs, as it is, already struggle to run the IS, let alone the humorous speech. A club the size of AIA, for example, we can run 10 contests, we have all the people in the world, I mean. But many of these clubs, you know, we've been on the ground, I think it'll be a challenge for them. And they won't run it if there's nothing happening for them at the area level or division level. There's no incentive at all, you know what I mean? You're just gonna give the ADs a bit of pressure on that. So maybe we consider we do it. If let's say we want to split, right? And that's a valid point. I think that's an excellent point you raised because we have 4 ADs and we need to give them things to do as well so they can grow in their leadership role, correct? So if we're going to split, this is what I propose how we split it, right? Because this is the same thing I mentioned yesterday at Division S. We put the IS first and run it by itself. Now the reason why is because the people who are taking this thing seriously and going to go for it are the ones who want to go all the way to, and these are the ones we want to push together. So after they win we take the winners at area level or division level, right? These people who are going out to district, and we put them in the speaker incubator. That was the reason for the incubator to push people to go beyond district to this thing, to the, what do you call it? To the regionals and above. That's one way of doing it. So there is a overarching strategic plan for that. Whereas for the table topics and project evaluation, we can do it for the second half. Okay. In answer to Eric's question, contest we cannot do hybrid. If district is going physical, we must do physical. There is no hybrid. Okay. If the district and
Terence,
international, yeah. Physical.
I hear you, it's physical. I think what Margaret is trying to propose is that since number one is a physical contest, members take a while to get used to physical speaking physically, that's one. Number two is it's the extra time is for the members to clear their requirements for the project so they can qualify to participate in the IS contest. I think that that is also one of the contention because if we had it too early, some of the newer members, or I mean, you can say if they really want it, they can just go crash course and clear. But that's not the purpose of those masters either. You know what I mean? Just because the contest is forced people to just push for the project.
Yeah, but there's always next year
so
and the year after that. I mean, let's be honest.
No, you see, we want to plan based on this year's educational goals. We cannot assume they were there last year. They are ready to jump on the IS bandwagon this year. And then we discount the new members, assuming the new members join, say, 1st of July, for example. So based on this term's educational goals, one of them is to give them contest exposure, which is one of the leadership journeys for our members. So I think it's important that we have to prepare this group of younger TMs so that they are equipped and they are able to drive the full spread.
If I may add,
Eric?
Yeah, Margaret, I hear you, but the thing is the fact that what I'm concerned about is if your area content, I agree that having a 15 the first half of the term is a bit too early, but I feel that we should give the members the environment to compete 3 contests in one row. Because if on the onset on the club level, they cannot do that, on the area level, it's going to be very taxing. Imagine one member were to advance for all 3 contests. Let's say, for example, that whole day after IS, he's going for TT. After TT, he's going for PE. He or she may not have that stamina. He or she may not have that experience to be in the best condition that he can be or she can be to go through that contest. So I would think that even for the club per se, having that 3 contests in one go, it may be a good thing because at least they have the experience of going through that in one sitting, and then they will have the exposure. Because even for district, I don't know whether they are breaking it up into like TTPE, then after that IS, or they're going for 3 contests in one go also.
The district, if it's anything to go by this year, they will split it up.
Okay, anyway,
at the
it's
district
on the-
level.
just so you know, it's on the thing that Lisa said. You all didn't read it, right? The district splitting it will be.
Was it sent to? I didn't get anything.
I put it on the chat. I put it there. That's okay. Anyway, it's ISTT one weekend. Okay, along with the opening ceremony. The second weekend with the dinner and everything is it's table topics and PE first. The next weekend is the IS.
Yeah, so they split it up.
Yes, I'm telling you, it's confirmed. It's all there already. Okay, and you notice the one that I gave you is very, very empty because it's all district events. There's very little from Division G because we don't have enough space for anything. Understand? We only have 2 windows for the contest. If you all look at it, and we have only 1 window that's very cramped at the second half of the year for another contest. So the contention is having, even other divisions are having this discussion. It's because NISA has filled up the things so much. It's very difficult for the divisions to start running programs. So before we start talking about all these things, maybe we can look at what they actually have down there and see this is what's happening. That's already planned at the district level. We have to work around it. Like maybe somebody can share the thing that I created because that has all the district events there. You know, so it's the Excel sheet. All the red is District 80, not us. Okay. All the yellow is proposed. Carry on from last year is also only proposed. The green was the contest we originally agreed, but we might have to move it depending on this discussion right now. But before we talk about splitting and this and that, we need to look at what weekends and dates are available.
Okay, Terence, you want to share that table?
Okay, let me open it.
By the way, Diana has something to say. So let her raise.
Thank you, Frances. Sorry, because right now we are not have make a decision whether it's going to be 2 contests or 3 contests. But I'm speaking from the point of the clubs that are running in the community centers, right? Because most of our meetings starts after 7:30, and if we have to run 3 sessions in one go, the community center is going to chase us at 9:40 because at 9:40 they will come and knock the door and say we have to make a move. And you know, the time intervals for each of the contests plays a part, and it's kind of like that is the reason why I posted a question in the chat group. Are we going to have 3 contests within one? And some clubs, they only have 1 meeting per month, and in July most of the clubs at my side are doing installation, and the August is the month that contest. And then September is the area contest. So it's kind of very cramped. And yeah, and so I need to hear your views so that I know how to manage the expectation to the club presidents also.
I think we are still in discussion, but the point you raised very valid, and what Margaret said actually makes a lot of sense. We definitely, I think we can come to a consensus we're going to split it. The issue is not about the split now. The issue is where we're going to fit it and in what order. Am I correct, Margaret, Francis? Yeah.
At the club level, I hear you, Diana. We have very limited resources as well as time in the room and all that. So at the club level, I would still recommend we have 2 seasons of contests.
Okay,
it's only at the area. Then we concise it to 3 at one sitting.
I think that's not wise. You know, if we're going to split, we split because why? It will be very unfair to the contestants to wait a long time after they finish the club contest for the area because.
Yes, I know that is one consideration. I understand that.
But
I am not for the idea of putting 3 contests so early in the term because, as I mentioned before, in the first 2 months, the exco, the club is settling in, and there's no time for the members to pick up any stagecraft skills.
That's why this thing is called a proposal and a draft. Nothing is set in stone, correct? So we know we're going to split it. So let's put all that aside. Let's look at the dates available, just so you all know and you all are aware. You see all this red? That's all NISA. Okay? Nothing to do with us.
I can't see, Terence.
You can't see me. I'm so handsome.
Okay, I don't need to see you. I need to read.
I say it's red.
Read the print.
No,
I need to
no
read
need,
the
no need to
print.
read the print. It's just a repetition of what NISA wrote. That's all. Okay? What you see is the color. This one was supposed to be our Division G COT. I think this one we can it first. Okay, I will adjust it.
We just
okay, red, all
feel
NISA.
lah.
Okay. Yellow, this was the original proposed brought over from last term. We decide where we want to go to. The reason is because if you look at the Division 1, they have a judges training. The judges training is so late, it's after our contest season.
No use lah.
Exactly. So this one is something that okay, let's put this aside first. Someone please remember we need to come back to this, okay? This one red, DCM. Nisa said don't touch those days with DCM and all these things because all our district officers.
Yeah, we can't. Those are compulsory attendance.
So notice all this burn, okay, gone. Okay, September 10, district council meeting, DCM2, burn, gone. Okay. Okay, these one are the ones that need to be adjusted, right? So we're going to split it. Now the split is either IS first or TTPE first, because normally if you look at the time, the IS features are 5 to 7 minutes. The TT plus PE combined is shorter than the 5 to 7 minutes, correct? So we run those two together. The question is whether you want to do the IS first or the IS second. Like Margaret proposed IS first.
No, I did not. I propose IS second
Right.
half.
I propose IS first. Okay, because I'm thinking in terms of overall program. Margaret is thinking of getting more people to compete. These are all fair considerations. Correct? Is that what you said, Margaret? I didn't misrepresent you. Correct?
No.
Okay. Now I look at this. All this grey cannot touch. Deepavali weekend, Hari weekend. There are a lot of long weekends this year. Okay. I know everyone thinking of all your holidays. So all these long weekends, those that are not also cannot touch red. So now we're left this. Okay. Now this one we can move, but we need to ask Kin and everything. Again, difficult to get 3 weekends together. Now Kin and I have spoken, all right, and we proposed that the speaker incubator, because it's a physical thing based on the experience and what we have learned for the last 2 years of running it, it is preferable to just keep it to 3 programs of physical, unlike Zoom. Okay. Maybe you can have a discussion with him on what is his proposed program at a later date. Again, you notice district officer training is in the district club officer training 1 is in 17 December. So if you're following NISA's program, you notice that all these things are
District officer is in December. Are you sure?
Yes. Club officer training 2.
Oh, club officer training 2. Okay.
Club officer training 1 is 17 December. Club officer training 2. Sorry, this is 1, 2. So
how is
that means
club officer training be in December? It's in first week of August, right? As we understand.
No, that's part 1 and part 2. Basically your district COT on tier 1, tier 2. Understand? That means for us, if we do this properly, clubs will get their 10 DCP, like AIA can get their 10 DCP in December already.
January. Based
December.
on this is January.
17 December. The other one is the mid, okay? Because
yeah, both rights make up, see?
I think also correct. Okay. Okay. Now the thing about incubators don't involve everybody. These are all select things. So the district can still put programs there. You notice we don't actually have any programs yet. Okay. All these names and everything is all just indicative. You notice red, all the way until May. So this year NISA is having 4 DECs, 2 DCM, 3 DCM in fact. Okay. District table topics is on 27 May, 28 May is District International Speech Contest, Saturday and Sunday. I didn't put the dinner and the rest of the thing. This is just for us to know because that one's at night. This is normally the times when we run our programs. Okay. This second one, for us to note, in terms of succession, is also when they are having the voting. Sorry, this is the one they're having their voting first. Okay. For the next division director, area director, and everything. So now that you have an overall view of this, right? Now let's go back to this. Okay. Later on, based on all this, I will update everything and then I'll send it to you and correct all the spelling errors left, right, center. Okay. So this one out, right? You don't have any more this thing. Okay. So no COT. Okay. The district officer training 1. Okay. Is on the 30th of July. This one is actually the makeup. Just so you know, okay? This is based on what NISA sent us. So now that means 1 week after our supposed COT is when they are having theirs, and then the makeup 1 week after that.
No, the makeup is on 27.
There's another one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, their 23rd is the Mandarin TOT, what? It doesn't affect us, ma.
Why 23rd?
And the PR, okay, the PR workshop.
It's not here. I don't have a 23rd.
Virtual.
Margaret, I don't
Yeah,
have a 23rd.
so vacant, 23rd is vacant for us to use.
Yeah, so anything to do with the yeah, but 23rd is not 23rd of July, right? It's vacant,
Yeah,
yes.
23rd July. We
To use
are
for what, Margaret?
we're able to use, yeah.
I know,
whatever
because
you want to slot in.
23rd of July was supposed to be our COT.
Right.
Since we don't have a COT, very quickly we can decide to have a program. Understand?
Mm.
Now the thing is that if the division council were to see and deliberate what kind of program, then this meeting will take in at 2 o'clock in the morning, and Diana will, the face, she will. As it is already, she's getting lower and lower. I can see on the screen. What we'll do is this. This one we take this offline. Okay, put it on the division chat and decide what kind of program we have. Make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, easier that way. This one, all this red all cannot touch. This one, do we want to go ahead with the contest judging? We can move it further up as well. Okay, so we have a proposed contest judging thing. Based on last term, it was Kim Song and Gerald. We can either do the same one or we put new people. The reason we put them is because they are the chief judges.
Sorry, Terence, can you just scroll down and see from January onwards, what are the free slots we have?
Okay, yes, boss. Okay, January. Okay, this one is out. We don't have a COT2.
January, okay, go down.
Okay, all these are technically free. Okay, 11th February, District 80. Then after that, 25th February is Chinese New Year weekend. Okay, it's another long weekend. So if let's say you want to have another contest, oh my God, so many holidays. I guess you will have to be here.
When?
Anytime from the.
Hey, but then that period is Chinese New Year, yeah?
No, Chinese New Year is here, 28th February.
No, Chinese New Year is
No,
23rd
I thought it was earlier than that. You said
it's 23rd of January.
I checked on the wrong year, is it?
Wrong year, I think.
Okay, never mind. I will check again and adjust it. Okay.
Okay, my thinking is this. Since we're gonna have the speech incubator in November and December, might be good to also have the area contest after that. Yeah, we can. So people who have attended Keen's session will be able to benefit from it and use it immediately for the contest.
Okay, so let's see. That means what I will do is that based on this. Okay, first things first. What do you want to have first? Do we want to have the IS first, or you want to have the other two first?
Oh, that means now we are back to 10 contests again, right?
Not 10, less than 10, because we dropped humor speech.
No, when we talk about 10 contests, we're talking about 10 contest dates.
Oh, yes.
So if you run IS by itself, expecting
Saturdays,
more representatives, after all, I don't think it's going to be more. It's still 8 per area maximum. We have maximum 4 clubs at each area.
So we do
it's 6 to 8 per area. Unless we combine 2 areas. Like G1 at this moment, there's 3 clubs. G2 has 4, so 7. 3 and 4 also another 7, unless we combine the 2.
when you combine, you take away the glamour from that person who gets,
Not just that. Okay, that's something to
No,
remember.
it doesn't, but it will pool resources.
Remember that if you are having an online meeting, you can have all the contests separate, it's not a problem. But if you're going to have 4 dates for 4 area contests, one of the reasons why we wanted to combine the contests because we need to find venues, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tentatively, let's just look at Division G. These are the venues we have, okay? Assuming that they're all very kind and allow us. We have GE, we have 2 for AIA because Tampines and Alex, and we have the Polite, okay? These are the venues that are large enough to accommodate the sort of crowd that will come from a Division G area contest, physical one. Most of the CCs will not because of COVID restrictions, and a lot of them are under renovation, okay? So we got 4 venues. So if we don't, let's say we don't combine, that means we have to reuse these venues multiple times. Mind you, we haven't even spoken about incubators. We haven't even spoken about any other programs when we have Achievers Day and all that. That means our venue cost is, if let's say we don't combine, our venue cost is through the roof. You have to remember that.
Okay, I think we need to balance cost effect. There's a cost to securing the venue, logistic aside. So what we can consider is those that we feel very strongly requires a physical venue, like the contest, we secure physical venues. Training and all that, we go online. So we have a balance to cater to 2 different crowds, and the importance of physical venue is really when they need to contest, because if we want to see them all the way up to district level, they need to be familiar with the contest rules and the environment, for contest environment. That is when the environment makes a lot of difference. The other training, if venue is available, we can use a venue upon availability only. Otherwise, we maximize our resources and go online.
Yeah, it actually depends on what kind of training we're doing, right?
Yeah, if it's information-based, we can do all that. But even if it's going to be like the speech incubator, for example, I think it's still fair if we have 3 sessions, maybe one of the 3, the final one, we can do face-to-face. The other 2, we can go online. We need to balance out. I don't think it is very wise, and it's a strain on all our resources and time to go all physical this term.
The whole idea of the speech incubator is to train them for the contest. So it has to be physical because the contest is physical.
I think not necessarily. It depends on if we have 3 sessions, maybe 1 physical, the final one, whereby there will be more assessment and all that.
Okay, why don't we leave that to maybe ask him to propose.
Sorry, Margaret, I cannot agree with that. To me, that is not workable. It's like asking students to study home-based learning, then one day in the end of the year, you ask them go to school, take exam, written paper. Cannot. It does not make sense.
So are you saying you want all your trainings to be physical?
It has to be physical, Margaret.
All 3 of them, or whatever number that you propose.
For the leadership incubator, because it is talking about leadership ideas, concepts, I think that one can be online. But for a speech incubator, simply because you are talking about delivering a speech in a physical setting, then putting it online totally defeats the purpose.
I agree with Kim.
Okay, then we need to be selective, which are the ones that we put on a physical setting.
Like the leadership incubator, we can go online, we can do physical, whatever. It doesn't really, it's just a matter of how it is structured. You know what I mean? But
the ADs are more keen on pinning down the dates, because this is something they need to communicate with the clubs.
Okay, let's pin down the dates now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, based on this, coming back to the same question, Margaret. Okay. IS first or TTP? My proposal is IS first, because then the winners can go to the incubator.
Okay, on that note, I want to understand from Kim, what is the selection criteria for those to enroll in the speech incubator? Are you opening up to only the club winners so that we can prepare them for the higher level, or whoever is interested? I'd like to understand from Kim this first.
I think that the purpose of any division event should be in line with what the division director decides. So on this case, if let's say Francis decides that, hey, you know what, I think that it is about making the best contestants even better so that they can clinch the district trophy, then by all means, you can have the club contest first, and then after that, use that as a selection criteria. If it is about having all of the division speakers level up, and then you don't want to put a personnel limit, make it open workshop. I'm okay to do that as well, except that if we do it physically, that means that people don't actually get the in-depth training that we actually wanted them to have to really accelerate that learning. Whereas it becomes yet another Toastmaster workshop, so to speak. So on that note, maybe it would be better if I can get Francis's input on this with regards to what she wants this program to accomplish.
I'm more inclined to, I'm more inclined to have the, okay, you have 3, right? You are proposing 3 days of training. So probably the first 2 training would be more on training any members who are keen on participating in a contest. But the final one would be the one that has all the top tips, and for those who are serious about the contest and who have won a certain level of the contest. So because I think we should encourage people to go to participate in contests. It does help to improve their confidence level. So if you can, like, train more people to have that interest in contests, and but keep one specific session just for that the top tier people. You may even want to charge for that, I don't know. People who are serious about contests may just pay you.
Well, that being the case, you have to do either one of these things. Either you contain the number of enrollment so that there is a certain level of attention given to the attendees. If they were to raise questions or if they want more personal attention, so that, the trainer will be able to devote a certain amount of time to the individual. Because if we open like that, we can have maybe 50, 60 sign up. We don't know.
No. Okay, here's the very nature of an incubator. This is not a workshop.
Terence, do you think that we could, privately discuss among maybe Francis, Kin on this thing now? Because I think a lot of people is overrunning, and then everybody's just waiting for the contest. And then the last thing you want all the AD,
No. Okay, the only thing that we want is this. Do we want it before or after? That's the only question I was asking.
Before, after, sorry?
That means, do you want to have the IS first, or do you want to have the IS second half? Because that will determine how the incubator is run. So all this discussion is moot until we make the decision. Understand?
I personally think
I would prefer that the IS be held second, actually.
Yeah, me too. Because you need time to build this group of people anyway, for him to run the workshop first.
Okay, point taken. So that's decided. That's all. So let's move on to the next item. We've already decided that. Okay.
So we'll set the dates. We'll set the division date on a later date rather, and then we'll put it on the council chat then.
Okay, because we're turning into a group of Melvins here.
Sorry, come again.
Never mind. About it.
I have one more, a bit more thing to. How to?
Okay, so the dates of the initial contest, do we for the first contest, do we stick to the dates already there? Are we fine with those dates?
What are those dates again? So the initial contest will be TTPE.
TTPE, and the dates are
September.
From the 17th September and all the way up to the 15th October. The 15th October is the division contest. Are we okay with that? No change, right?
So we're running 2 areas. We're combining 2 areas, right? I don't think it's
no. One question at a time, Margaret.
Okay?
First question is that are we okay with that period? Are we okay with it? Yes or no? Are we okay, Francis?
Your house on fire, leh.
Not my house. Thank God for that, because I have an alibi.
Okay, so
okay, here.
The dates again. Can we look at the dates again?
Two questions, one at a time. The first question is this: Are we okay with the date? 17th September to the period of 15th October. Yes, no.
If we have to split into two, then we will have to have the, what do you call that? The TT and PE in September and the IS in the following year.
Correct. So we are talking about
Yes.
TT and PE first.
Hmm.
So I assume that since the IS in the second half of the year, then this one is agreed. There's nothing on the dates. We keep these dates. Now come to the second question. Now that we have decided to keep these dates, do we combine or do we not combine? Yes or no?
Combine means what? Combine.
I propose
example,
combine.
Okay, G1, G2 combine, G3, G4 combine, for example.
I think
Okay, working on the basis of 4 clubs, 4 clubs, each one of them will send 2 representatives. So there'll be 8 contestants for each contest times 2. We have 16 contests times, we combine the 2 areas together, 32. So wow, it's gonna be a long day. We can do morning and afternoon session.
Okay.
Because the contests are shorter for these 2 contest
Also-
timing required is between is shorter than IS, so we can afford to combine.
When we are also
Same
assuming
day.
that every club will send a full complement, we know that's not going to happen, right?
I'm assuming yes, because I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. We will encourage them, even if they don't run the contest, they send 2 nominees. Again,
Understand.
this
So,
is contest
translation-
exposure.
Correct. So translation, worst case scenario, assuming every club send a full complement, so we need to consider timing. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, done. Now, based on that, long story short, are we combining or are we not combining? Francis, your decision.
Can I put it back to the ADs? The ADs, do you want to combine?
Wait, on that note, it's not just about combining, because we got 16 contestants maximum per area contest. So we have to see closer to the date what is the club's indication. If we combine, that means what we mean by combine means the 2 areas run the contest in one setting. Let's say G1 and G2 run the contest.
Margaret, we
We
know
have
that,
the same
Margaret.
resources.
But we know that, Margaret.
Before
No, the fact is that if they have full 16 participants from each area, then we split up same day. We possibly can use the same venue, but morning and afternoon.
Hey, Vicky, sorry, you're saying something?
Before the ADs decide, maybe I can just state my point of view. If I were to be an area director, if my area is strong, I will never combine. If my own area is weak, I will never combine even more. I will spend that time to work with my areas. This is my only chance to get together with them. Remember, we have already lost out on TLI to socially interact with them to build the club. So therefore, if I were to be area directors, I will not combine because it will do justice and build a sense of strong area identity. Okay, so without elaborating further, I leave it to the area directors to decide.
You're going to say something, please?
I will not combine because, for example, assuming G1 and G2 combine together, right? Our clubs are very far apart. So if I have one location in Tampines and one location in Yishun East, I don't think my North Club is going to travel all the way to Tampines for that. That's number one. Number two, CCs don't allow us to book on Saturday the whole day classrooms. They only give us 2 hours, and that 2 hours we have to do everything. So looking at the productivity, I can't afford to do that. 3, I'm going to cause stress because I know from my club who are the ones that's going to beat into the competition. And if the other club has not the stronger one, they may feel defeat of it. So they tend not to be prepared for the area level. So for me, I personally feel G2 will stand alone and they will compete in the area level separately. And because of the club resources I have, I only have one club I think will be able to support for physical location because Micron is a corporate club. Breakthrough, I need to check whether CC has available slots, and SP is always doing online. So I have to check on all those details. So for G2, we'll stand alone. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Suggestion. If we plan to host the contest together and we think that we will have to split it in the morning and evening half. We could have for one area in the morning and for another one in the evening.
One afternoon, you mean? One morning, one afternoon.
Yeah.
This is to share resources.
Okay. Some venues can do that, like AIA can do that, for example. Okay. But you need to let us know in advance so we can make
Oh, Terence.
I think when we offer our corporate venues, we need to consider the approval from the company itself. Let's revisit with the authorities on this area. Thank you very much.
Let me reiterate. I'm not offering the venue. I say it is a venue like that. It can. CC cannot. That was not the point. Understand? The point with some venues can, some venues cannot. Okay.
Yeah. This is Ned. I have a few queries. Firstly, for the date of September, so the clubs, the 3 clubs that they were only left with August 2 dates to hold the contest, because July they will not be free. Okay, so they only have 1 month to get it over and done with. I don't think they are ready. I don't know. I went to just visit one club. I know that probably they are not ready. Why? First of all, most of the clubs are probably doing full online or maybe just started hybrid. I don't know, are they ready to do a full physical? I'm assuming that the contest will be full physical. You come and do your speeches in the physical mode. So this is something that I don't know, is it stressful for the club? So fast, must do already. Then anyhow do, then just like you do go for an exam, just try to pass and that's it. You didn't have the full experience of trying to do a good contest, to try to participate in a good contest. So the date for me is a question mark already. Can the clubs?
The one I can answer because I know your clubs very well. Okay. Yeah. So basically, just to clarify, every year Division G has it about the same period. This one has never changed. You know what I mean? The dates are always there. Sometimes we have it even slightly earlier, but because of the district events, we actually push it back. So this is actually the okay thing. Now, some clubs, for example, SP Alumni is an example, they don't have contests. They just nominate 2 people. So that one, when you do the AD briefing, they will tell you all that. So you don't have to worry about that. You convey the dates only when they have an issue, and then we step in and resolve it. Don't tell them it cannot be done because they will tell you cannot be done. Okay? So don't stress yourself out over that. Okay, so coming back to this. Based on this,
I think, Terence, what Ned is trying to say is that the contests are in a physical setting. Some are COVID babies, some forgotten how to walk on the stage already. The clubs have not even integrated into physical setting.
Yes.
Exactly. How are they going to be equipped to contest? That's your point, right, Ned?
Yeah. So you see.
Yeah.
And just now when I share, I try to serve, but if forcing them now, just send me to, then defeat the purpose of joining a club to get the full experience, to try to get people benefiting out of it. I give you a date, it's like I'm just telling them September is a date. You by hook by crook do something out of it. You know, that kind of thing. And we have already foresee there's going to be a problem, but because we have always been doing it, don't mind me, I'm new, but I'm just giving some suggestion that I thought that doing it in the September portion seems to be just doing it for the sake of doing it, because we are now from hybrid or from full Zoom to try to be hybrid and try to be full physical. Some clubs are not even physical at all. So I don't know, by stating that date and just tell them to do it, does it serve the purpose
we
of
move
holding
everything to second half, but then that will be very cramped also.
Okay, firstly, it is obvious we cannot move everything to the second half because the whole idea of splitting it is to prevent the issues that Diana and everything raised. So that's out of the question. Let's focus on what can and cannot be done. We cannot move it further because why? Holiday, district. Understand? Holidays. So the thing is that these are the only windows that normally, I mean, I understand where Ned is coming from, and that is a fair point. But if you're going to do it, we simply have no place to move it. And we move it any further, we got no incubator as well. But Diana, you're saying something? Sorry.
Ned, sorry to say, but because these 2 contests, right, is table topic and project evaluation. this is something that has been always done in the club level during the normal Toastmaster journey. So by letting them, especially the club president, like what we can do is we can faster alert all our club incoming expos, right? Let them know that September is the club level, area level, so that they can plan in their own timeline how they want to do their contest, because this is something that they do very regular basis in a club level, and almost everyone should know how to do a table topics and evaluation. However, when it comes to international speech, right, that one needs to be a longer, because that has criteria needs to be met, and also on the ground, how to speak and everything. So for project evaluation and table topics, the club members shouldn't face an issue. Even the newbies also can take part and do that.
I'm not highlighting the issue of can they do the speech. I'm highlighting the issue of it has always been Zoom for the past 2 years. A lot of clubs are transiting from Zoom, full Zoom to hybrid. Some don't even have a location.
Yeah, so
So
I think
coming to a physical, now suddenly you tell them within the next 1 month, that means within 2 meetings, you send me a contestant because we're going to start a contest in September.
It's not 2 meetings because the thing is on the 7th, the proposed date is 17th September.
Yeah, so it's only August. August probably they will only have 2 meetings because January is out. They will have installation. They will have whatever it is. There's 2 meetings off. They only left with two meetings in August. So probably even three. Yeah.
No disrespect. Okay, if a club cannot get this done in 2.5 months, then the expo should be fired, to be frank. If they don't have enough meetings, do what other clubs do. Have an extra meeting. Don't let them give you all this experience. I mean,
I'm just sharing. I'm just highlighting something that I may.
I know the clubs, and I know that they can do it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to. I mean, I appreciate it, but it can be done. Okay.
Eric,
yeah, sorry, Vicky.
Sorry. I just want to clarify Eric's question. Eric, you are saying that the clubs are unable to have a physical meeting, is it, by August? Is that your question?
That's the first thing that might probably be happening, because yesterday I just went to Tampines West. They got a very small place. They don't have a physical location. Yeah.
Okay. Let me clarify on this first. Number one, if right now the topic is discussing about area, maybe you all can decide. Area has to be physical. That one is confirmed. The club does not need to be physical. It can still be hybrid or Zoom or physical. So therefore, so at this moment, my advice is to focus on helping your club to have the focus first at this moment. So because your question is trying to say that not all clubs can be physically having a contest, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. My point, my conveyance to you is to clarify that clubs need not have a physical contest while the area must have a physical contest. Okay? Because under the Toastmasters criteria, all clubs can select their members or representative to the area level in any way that they see fit. So under the Toastmasters criteria, if the district or Toastmasters International decided that it's physical, so therefore district division area will be physical. Clubs need not be physical if it's not practicable.
Okay.
Okay, so just want to allay your concern.
Yeah.
So you focus on your area having physical. If area cannot be physical, that's where you bring up at the council. But for your club itself, do your best to help them adjust in whatever way, but assure them that they need not stress themselves over these 2 months if this 2 months is not the practical timeline for them.
Okay. Thanks, Vicky, for clarification. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, back to you all.
Yeah.
Francis, you're saying your decision, Francis?
So I think we stick to this area contest. First half will be starting in September.
And don't combine, right?
No combine.
Okay, great. So let's move on.
I think let's take a look. Okay, we block off these dates first. Let's take a look closer to the contest dates, because if some clubs don't even want to send a nomination, we
Margaret,
can combine.
We cannot just take a look, because the ADs need to convey to the clubs and clubs need to prepare. We cannot do 6:30, decide here, decide there later. Let's make a decision now and then make everyone follow. Finish.
Okay, from past experience, sometimes it's not viable to run an area with just 3-4 contestants, but by all means, we can evaluate that again.
Don't get me wrong, you are right, and I agree with you. Respect your your position. If let's say we came to that, right? Then before that, obviously, when during the organization of it, we can decide.
Yeah, we will block it off first.
Yeah.
And let the area know.
Okay. Great. Next item.
Okay. So I think for the contest dates, that's it for now. I have a little bit more things to share. How do I get back my host right?
What happened? Terence, can you pass the host rights to Francis?
I'm the host.
Yeah.
Yes, because you share screen, right? There's something wrong with the setting.
Okay, apologies. Done.
Thank you. Okay, guys, just give me a few more minutes, yeah? I know it's late. Okay, so I think before, since we're going to work together for next one term, I'd like to have some ground rules, some ground rules to be set, so that we could have more happier. We can have a happier sort of experience. Okay, first of all, I would think that we need to have our mindset right. A lot of you guys actually indicated that your purpose of joining, your why, is to learn. So I definitely think that to learn, you must take action. So every opportunity, any event is an opportunity to learn. And if there is anything that you find that you are unsure, hey, our council has got so many advisors. Some of them have 10 or even more years of experience. So we're talking about probably combined 100 years of experience here. So do make use of their expertise, to learn more from them. The other thing is that open your eyes, mind, and heart. There'll be times when you may receive feedback, and then you may not like it. But then be open to it. I'm sure you will learn from it. And of course, the person giving the feedback, well, we are in Toastmasters Club, so you should know how to give proper feedback. Okay, and then remember to share information, share resources, and remember, when you give, you receive more. And finally, I hope that you guys will have fun, or we will have fun. Okay. Yes, it is work, but take it that we want to have fun learning while learning some leadership skills. Okay, another thing that I would like to highlight is the values. Okay, I'm a FSC, financial services consultant. So to me, I'm very sensitive to money, and I always talk about rate of return. And of course, rate of return can be tangible and intangible. And when we talk about Toastmasters, I think if you manage to make some tangible returns, good for you. If not, a lot of it is intangible. Okay, and all these intangible returns can be quite priceless. So my number one values is respect. Respect each other as individual, respect each other's time. So I'm going to run through this as fast as I can, so in respect of all your time. And then be courteous to each other. Okay, accountability. Take care of your baby. Okay, do not go missing in action. And if you have problem dealing with the project, ask. Don't suffer in silence. There's so many people here who can help you, and we are all about teamwork. So we're going to spend the next 1 year together, working together. And then this is supposed to be a voluntary organization. So we're not going to make money out of it. But then make sure, so we try to help each other be more efficient, get the work done as soon as possible, help each other, and then make it fulfilling learning trip, learning journey for all of us. And finally, encourage. Okay, make this work environment a positive environment, no pinpointing who is right, who is wrong, encourage each other. Always talk about the positive side, okay? I think with that, we definitely will be able to have a happier, more fulfilling 1 year of term together, right? And really the final ones, some ground rules, yeah? Okay, I welcome all suggestions and proposals, okay, but do go through them with me to ensure that the goals we set have aligned. And then there may be a situation whereby I need to put it out to the council for discussion. So yeah, do take note of that. Okay, conflict resolutions. When we have work like this, definitely sometimes we have conflicts, but I hope that we'll be able to settle it over short meeting, clear all the conflicts, clear the air. Okay, if let me know how I can help you guys to mediate the situation. We don't want to bring this to the next term or whatever. No, we are here to make friends, to enjoy, right? So yeah. Another thing is, okay, I would appreciate if you guys reply to all the WhatsApps. Take note of the WhatsApps, especially those that is relevant to you. Okay. Okay, going forward, I'm looking at doing bi-monthly meeting, and I'm going to set it on the third Wednesday of the month. So if you guys are okay with Wednesday, I'm going to set it on that day. Okay, unless you guys have any violent objection, like maybe every Wednesday you must go bring your children to tuition or whatever, or you have some causes to attend, please let me know. But if not, if no violent objection, I'm going to set it on the third Wednesday of every bi-monthly. So please put it in your calendar. If you can't attend the meeting, please inform in advance. But there, but do also submit your report, especially for the ADs. Your visit report, please submit. Even you can't attend the meeting, right? And final reminder, rate, that is respect, accountability, teamwork, and courage. That's my most important values here. So any questions? Anything you want to add?
Francis, someone has filled in asking when how the AD is going to get trained.
Yes, sorry, I just have a question. In the slide, I saw the date for G3 contest to be 1st of October. And I think the one in the Excel sheet we saw is different. Maybe could we just confirm once?
Excel sheet?
No, from Terence, the one that I saw.
Okay. And anyway, we're going to...
Can we, in the interest of time, maybe we double check the dates and then we post it again shortly in the next, either today or tomorrow?
Anyway, no, the dates are the same. Anyway, I will adjust it based on all this discussion, okay, what Francis decided, and I'll send it in the okay?
Thank you.
Okay, that was Dipshika, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Let me see. Okay, I think that's about it. I think it's been, the meeting is long overrun.
Francis, one more thing. Your AD is asking when they're having their training.
Oh, okay. So ADs having their training. Okay, you
yeah, the AD training.
Already arranged with you guys, right? Individual training. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So they are having training, Eric.
Sorry, Francis, can I check with you? The AD template will be shared during the AD's training, is it?
Sorry, come again?
You say that during our bi-monthly, right, we need to provide the AD's report, right?
Right, that's right.
Will the template be shared with us during the training period?
Okay, I will send to Eric on that the template.
Yeah, and then one more question is, I think in the initial, because I think we're discussing on the COT and stuff, right? And then it
Right.
was concluded that the ADs has to probably share the leadership guide handbook to the ESCO. So the question is, will we, the ADs, be trained for this session, or is it during the session with Eric? Because so that I can prepare, because my session is coming up in 2 days' time. So I need to know, do I prepare and ask questions to Eric for that, or will we have a separate session for the leadership guide before we speak to the ESCOs itself?
Eric?
Everything you all need to know will be shared by me in our one-to-one. So
Okay, can. All right.
yeah, no issue.
Cool. All right, Ken. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Wow. Okay. Right. So shall we call it a day? It's been a long day. Thank you very much. Annette is very happy, right? Okay.
Can stop the
thank you
recording
so much.
already, Francis.
Yeah. You stop already, right?
No, you are host, what?
我要怎么 stop?
Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop.
Okay, thank you everyone for your time. It's been a very fruitful meeting, and we had a lot to cover this evening. Thank you for staying all the way to the